question of where the well springs of women's empowerment comes from in India is a debate which goes at the very root of what sort of model to adopt for the want of a better word, and I'm using it approximately, women's empowerment in India. And that is why, my exploration as to Sister Nivedita and Sarada Devi Ghoshal is exactly on that point. Because the entire argument, which I think Sister Nivedita brings forward, is a very interesting argument. She says that Indian society has different ideals, is based on different structures, and Western, for the want of a women's empowerment, she uses the word feminism once in a while, talks about the individuals. So there has to be a balance. And in many cases, this question of, I think, substantive and procedural and, the first wave, second wave, third wave, these are in many ways Western concepts. And I'm not even sure it's applicable in cities in India. We have different issues and it has to be addressed differently. I am not saying we live in a perfect society. I don't think any society is perfect. But they have to be addressed from an Indian perspective. I am not a person who says everything in tradition is good. I said if the tradition does not stand the test of times or the rationality, it may have to be discarded. But it's important, it is extremely important that we come out of a strictly Western interpretation of any sort of ideology, because it doesn't really work on the ground. In India, we have different issues. It needs to be addressed differently. And, when we were young, when we started off studying feminism in law school, and we were taught feminism in law school, we were sensitized to it at the National Law School, we were told that there was an Indian feminism. And it was distinct. But, as I grow older and as I see the debates which are happening right now, it almost seems that we reflect, maybe because of Twitter, maybe because of social media, maybe because of 30 other things, we almost reflect the reality of Western living in our lives. That does not work. That's a recipe for complete disjunction and the recipe for disaster. I am not to be construed as saying that there is nothing to be corrected. There are things to be addressed. And everything is not dory and hunky-dory in the past. Things have to be changed. Things have to be addressed. And, we have to do it in a constructive manner, which takes into account culture is a strong word. Religion, again, is a Western term. Culture is a Western term. These are all approximations of where we are. We try to describe reality, but it has to come from an Indic conception of the world. And for our laws to be more effective, whether it be judge-made laws or whether it be statutory laws, we'll have to start addressing these issues front and proper.